that inner anger. We gotta make some changes right away. What is up, everybody? We are back. MuseMe TV. Yeah, we got Dre in the studio. What's up, man?
What's happening?
What's up, bro? I don't have this on. What is up? How you been?
I'm chilling, man. How you been?
Chill, man.
How's your quarantining been?
Pretty good, man. Trying to stay safe. It's weird, man. It's weird. You know, the way shit's going down. I'm just trying not to. I don't know. It's a weird scenario.
Well, you know, she just kind of kept the thing on rolling for another month now.
What's up?
Everything that's closed now, staying closed.
Another month. Yeah. Kind of puts a burden on our plans, right?
Yeah.
We're for the viewers out there listening. Me and Dre are actually comics. We do some comedy.
Yes, we do.
We've been doing some comedy, and we were planning to take a trip out. We're going Denver, hit up open mics.
Yes.
2 weeks straight up grinding, meet everybody, get in touch with the scene. COVID happened. Dude, oh man. That I don't know. It's really it's hard to deal with, I feel. Cuz even now my work wants to put like implementations where they're like, if you do go out of state, you do have to quarantine yourself for 14 days if you come back. So that means you won't be able to go to work for 14 days. I'm just like, really?
Wow.
Really?
Some crazy shit.
So I'm just like, whatever. It just makes me want to save up more so that when that day comes and it's still going down, just be like, okay, it's whatever. Give me a longer vacation.
Absolutely, man. I mean, now if you know that what's going to happen to you when you come back. Well, let me ask you this. What if you just don't tell them?
That's what I was thinking too. That's what I was thinking too. And you know what I would do?
Just don't tell them.
I would do is test. Just test myself there.
Okay.
Test myself when I come back. If I'm negative, then what is there to be afraid of if I'm negative?
Yeah, because your test will come back faster than your quarantine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, see, so get the test done. Wait, maybe 72 hours. Maybe. You know what I mean? Some of them are coming back faster.
It's like if you cheat on your chick, you know what I mean? You get a test back, make sure you ain't got to tell it. You ain't got to confess.
Right, they come back with it. They're just like, you got this. It's super easy.
I'm good.
But yeah, that's whatever. Like my work thing is whatever.
Man, everybody's work thing is whatever. I feel kind of sorry for a lot of folks around here, man, who who are dependent on that type of paycheck to be in that service industry and shit that they've just shut down.
Yeah.
Right? Because some of my favorite people are bartenders. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel sorry for them if they can't be out there hustling, like they normally do, man.
Yeah, help yourself, sir.
Oh, I don't mind if I did.
Have yourself a tray there. Got ourselves a lighter there. And again, we're just chilling, hanging out, talking about social problems that are going on right now because not only did COVID happen, police brutality took it's always been there. It's always been there. It's always been a problem, but now it's been more on the front lines for a lot of people. And that is like, was it something that we needed to happen and we're glad that it's finally getting said, or is it making things a little bit worse? Because I don't know if you've heard, they're talking about defunding police and stuff. So even, I hate to say this, even good cops that are just like, that try to do their job correctly are like, yeah, you guys all hate me now. Like, why do you hate me? Like, you shouldn't hate this whole majority of a cop. You should just hate the bad ones. But again, with the label and the way you look and have the uniform on, they hate all of them now. Most people are in that state. I don't know. How do you feel about what's going on with that?
Let me ask you this. Let's say you were a kid who had to go to foster care, right?
All right. So I go to foster care.
And while you're in foster care, you're being taken care of by this couple. Now, one of them Either or, you take your pick. One of them starts abusing you.
Thomas, thank you for joining. Okay, one
of
or
them
the other.
starts abusing you.
Let's go with the mom. The mom is the one. How bad are we going? Are we going verbally abused or are we going physically?
I would put it like this. Enough that you hate.
Okay.
Okay.
That can't even be just verbal. That shit sucks sometimes.
Hey.
All right. So I'm being abused.
Yeah.
We're in a foster family.
And you know that the other one knows you're being abused and does absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Later on, when you grow up to be a crazy fucking adolescent and you come there to burn that house down, are you just trying to get one of them or both of them?
Oh, man. Damn. Okay. In my situation, I would assume I would want to get both of them because
But one of them didn't do anything.
Yeah, but they sat back while it happened. Do you think, in that sense, feeling if I was put in that situation, I would have felt like the person that was sitting back not doing anything also didn't care that it was happening to me as well. But it could be wrong. I could be like, that person is actually like inside even more hurtful that they can't do something about it. Not only that, what if they're in a bad situation as well? But that's going a little bit deeper into this.
Worse than being a victim?
I mean, abusers only like abuse people that want to be abused, right?
Say what now?
Abusers only abuse people that want to be abused. I'm gonna put my foot down. I mean,
So, is that how assault works?
no, I mean, obviously people are crazy and weird.
I'm like, I think, wow, it's been totally misunderstood all this time.
But you get what I'm saying, though, is that like even to a certain point, there are people that let it happen because they don't even have the will or like anything to stand up for themselves when they should be. And maybe that's all they needed is just that little, kick forward, and that's what changes the whole situation.
Then maybe they shouldn't have been a foster parent.
That's true too. Like what? That's an intense role too. A foster parent. Oh man, I'm gonna get a little deep in this too. But
so imagine carrying a badge and a gun.
That's probably a little bit harder too. Because I love how I've been watching a lot of Joe Rogan, how he talks about it and stuff. Imagine seeing like horrific things all the time, or expecting horrific things all the time. Getting on a call and they're like, "Hey, we got a 7:30." I don't know any of the call numbers or whatever, but they have a horrific one where it's like a murder scene. You have to go check it out. Not only is the murder scene happened, but there are still things happening inside of that too. Like, I don't know, like maybe there are cars passing by still that are part of the murder, and like there's so much of the aspect.
What are we talking about now?
We're talking about police and like how they, in certain scenarios of how they're like put into, and how do you feel if some of them are kind of
scenarios like what?
Okay, so right now, a good police officer still gets accused of being a bad police officer because of the bad police officers. Right? So right now what I was talking about is the way that there's a bunch of cops out there that are all being labeled bad. Okay. And again, that's true. There are a bad bunch. There are a bunch of bad ones. But then there are those cops that are good, that are kind of like not doing as much as they should anymore because everyone doesn't like us no more. Everyone thinks that I'm a bad guy. When they see me rolling up in my car, instead of like, "Hey, it's the cops. Hey, heck yeah, it's the cops." I feel protected. It's like, great, it's the cops. I'm nervous. I'm freaking out. I don't know why they're around here. Why are the cops here? And even though the cop inside of the car is super honest, super knows what to do his job at, is getting judged now because of what happened with all the bad cops. And like you brought up the foster family.
It was just an analogy.
But it's still in the same thing that we were kind of talking about is like,
that's what it was meant for, but I get you.
are you still, I don't know, are you a bad person for kind of letting it happen? Or are you going to still do what you need to do in that spot? Like, a cop still should be trying to do their job as well as they can.
Excuse me.
But cops, in this sense,
Like COVID. No.
aren't. They're not. It's the marijuana people, not the COVID. It's the Mary Jane, everybody. I didn't want to get too deep into cops and stuff, but it was just one of those things where
it's a topic. It's on everybody's tongue, man. You know what I'm saying? But I have to ask this. It's like, well, you say, well, you know, there's good officers, right? Okay.
I
well,
feel like there are good officers.
Okay. So I don't really look at police officers as crime fighters. They're not fucking superheroes. But what do I do look at them as? People who represent the law. And from what I understand, assaulting someone, what they call police brutality, is against the law, right?
Yeah.
So if you know somebody who's done that as an officer, but you're not a fucked up officer yourself, you would never abuse anyone yourself, but you know somebody who has, and you haven't taken that motherfucker into custody, how are you a good cop? How?
I don't know. Maybe you're technically not. You are not a good cop.
Because you are standing probably right next to a motherfucker who's breaking the law,
Yeah.
but you don't give a fuck about that.
Do you think there are those kind of people just don't know? Like, maybe there's like new rookies, fresh blood come in, and they don't find out.
There's going to be a time. I'm sure there's a time when you're unaware and then you are aware. So what do you do then?
I think that's when you say something.
Okay.
You should. I feel that's how you weed out those.
And if you don't,
then you're part of the bad apples. Okay. You just ruined the bunch.
And
especially that job, right? Shouldn't that job hold like so much accountability, honesty? Like, there's so much to that job that should be put on people.
There shouldn't be an immunity to that job. There should be a punishable by death. When you're found out that you're a crooked police officer, it's like, oh well, you got to go. You know, you get one of the double tapped in the back of the head in the town square. It's like
a really bad.
Yeah, bro. It's like, we gave you a badge and a gun. We gave you power over us. You have the power over our children, and you betrayed us. You got to go. Giving you life and all that. Fuck that. That's a death sentence, bro. You betrayed a trust. You go down.
That's that. I can see that. I can totally see that.
I mean, think about some of the shit that cops have done. And, you know, there was a guy up in Oklahoma who I think raped about 30 women. Because he was able to pull them over as a cop.
Yeah, see, yeah, that's...
And then fucking intimidate these broads and shit like, you fucking better not. If I come back for seconds, you better just be down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And who's going to believe you anyway? That's, yeah, see, that's...
nutty shit. It's like... No, you just don't get the fucking ride for. How many people has a rotten piece of shit like that put in prison who just sitting there saying, "Oh man, I told people that this motherfucker set me up. Why would we believe you? Why the fuck would we believe you? He's a cop."
Yeah.
When you find out that these motherfuckers is dirty, you carry their same sins with you because your whole system supported this motherfucker.
Yeah, the whole thing is all down.
What's up?
Gordon, thank you very much. Just gave us a cool... Yeah, yeah, he's hanging out. Gordon's with us. Thank you for hanging out, dude. Thomas, you as well. Thank you here. Yeah, they're just talking about some different stuff with us. Gordon, I do play metal guitar. Thank you for asking. Facts. We need law enforcement. Do you think we need law enforcement?
Of course we do. What the fuck, are you retarded?
I'm just reading the guy's quest.
I know. I mean, because the...
Thomas, thank you. Says I like this black man. Thank you.
What's up, bro?
Appreciate that.
You fucking right we do, man. Because, I mean, I know black people would have loved to have had some police fucking protection back when they bombed fucking Tulsa. When they burned that fucking thriving black metropolis to the fucking ground. I bet, wow, would we have loved to have some fucking police protection. But they were really shooting motherfuckers too.
Mr. Sonic, I think it is. He just said, "What you say about Oklahoma? I stay in OKC." We're just talking about that right now. So,
Did he know the history though?
dude, did you know that, Mr. Sonic 904? I think I'm saying that correctly. I don't know. I'm kind of confused on that. But okay, I see what you're saying. But this has happened throughout everywhere, right? There's so many scenarios.
Everywhere where?
Like this, like the police not doing technically the right job.
What is the, well, you got to understand something though. You got to understand where the institution of policing came from. Its very roots is from capturing runaway slaves.
Police?
You didn't know this?
I did. Oh, see, dude. Let me tell you something about average Americans. They don't know shit at all. I'm in that category, man. Fuck. Okay, tell me more. Tell me.
Well, have you ever heard the word overseer?
Overseer. Yeah, but like in video games and stuff like
Okay.
that.
Have you ever heard the word officer?
Yeah, well.
Sambo fast.
Sambo fast?
Say them both fast.
Officer, and what was the other one?
Overseer.
Officer, overseer? Overseer, officer?
Kind of have a ring, don't they?
Okay, I see what you're saying. Overseer, officer. Okay.
It transformed. But its main basis was still the same. Keep them where they're supposed to be.
So did they transform that more into like a
military?
yeah, and like what
Yeah.
it is now? Like,
Have you looked at the fucking police lately?
look at how they control everything.
Those motherfuckers look like when they say we'll bring in the National Guard. I already thought they were here.
Yeah, that's what they kept
These
saying.
motherfuckers were rolling around in tanks.
Doesn't that give you a big ego as well too? Like, hey guys, I have a tank. When do I ever get to use a tank?
I'm gonna find a reason to use a tank.
Yeah, and then they find the reason to use the tank.
I'm gonna find a reason to use a tank.
That's oh man.
I'm not just gonna have a tank. I'm not gonna use a tank. Fuck that. I'm gonna use a tank.
Thomas says, but Muslims enslaved the African American.
Who the fuck talking about that?
That went out.
Hey, bro, squirrel.
Gordon does say our cops have tanks, and he was talking about German cops as well. He was saying cops in Germany are racist as fuck. The police stings banned. Oh, he was talking about that.
Oh, it's just not. It's not about. You got to understand something, man. The system of policing was exported out of this motherfucker.
It's just like something
Yeah.
that's been adopted from somewhere else.
Yeah, they see. Fuck, that's effective.
Yeah.
Your undesirables. This is how you control them. This is the force you use, and then you say, well, they're backed by laws. And then it's here's something with me, because I was, like you said, the average American doesn't know shit.
They don't. They really don't, man.
I didn't know that cops run around like fucking 007 with a license to kill. You know these motherfuckers have like automatic immunity?
So like, it's still obviously like put under like investigation and everything, right?
But dude, they even say some shit like that. Immediately you're beyond reproach. Huh? Okay. Shit. It's a nice card to walk around with.
That's kind of, man. See that just makes it.
I'm just saying I would not having it.
No, I see what you're saying. So then, what do you think should be done? Do we get somebody to police themselves? Do we police ourselves?
Oh no! First of all, burn that whole system to the fucking ground.
Straight from
burn that motherfucker to the ground.
Straight from the bottom to the top again.
Fucking right, dude.
What do you kind of?
And then here's the deal, man.
I hear Switzerland does a really good thing where it's like armed society is a safe society.
I don't mind see,
everyone knows that they have a gun. Why are you going to mess with somebody that has a gun?
Here's the deal with me with that whole deal. Love the idea. Fucking love the idea. Arm everybody? Why not? Why the fuck not? People tend to talk about, well, guns can... Nah. And if that happens, well, hey, you're going to weed out the stupid for about a generation. Then people are going to realize, you know something? This ain't the old West. Because they used to kill a lot more motherfuckers back then. They had a lot more guns. So my thing is, we're going to make progress and we're going to lose people along the way. But we got to be making progress in the right direction. Right now, we're a house divided. You got Republicans, Democrats. They fucking remind me of people trying to kill each other in a burning house.
Like if a fire were to break out, they wouldn't know they wouldn't help each other. They were just like every man for themselves.
No, they'd be trying to still kill each other.
Really? Wow.
They wouldn't even try to get out the fucking house, bro. Are you noticing what's going on out there? But it's everybody picking a side instead of, well, dude, come on now. They haven't fucking decided anything together in so fucking long. Kill that whole system, man. Founding fathers, all that bullshit. Dude, y'all can rewrite this shit. It's the people, man. You forget the government worked for you. You can fire those motherfuckers. Fire them. Hire another one.
There's a better system out there. You even see it in like cartoons and shit, like Rick and Morty, like the higher Ricks. Come on, let's get a council. Let's hire smart people up there that know how to make this world a better place, not just their own land. That's the hardest part too. Is like
it's the rape, rob, and pillage era, man. It isn't the era of the hippie and the understanding of how to go back and be in tune with nature and actually make advancements. For some reason or another, we feel like, oh yeah, to get where we need to go, we're gonna have to totally fuck this planet up. What? No, we don't. There's so many things that we can use without fucking up our planet and get where we need to go, Mars and beyond.
Yeah,
shit's proven.
Right.
But it's about bucks, dude.
Oh man,
it's about money.
I love how you say that too, because we haven't even fucking tapped into our mental abilities and shit like that. Man, just again, tripping on some mushrooms and finding out that there's like more.
Tripping on some shrooms.
Tripping on some mushrooms and find out there's more than one dimension out there, dude. Oh man, that's some shit right there, man. I don't know how spiritual or how much you believe in that stuff though, but that's another world that we can't even start to think about, man.
I know Rogan talks a lot about this type of shit.
I get blown away right now because inside this room, everything that's going on right in front of us right now is like so many particles and atoms just fucking... See that little thing right there? Look at all them particles and stuff. Dude, oh man, that's beautiful. How does that even work, dude? That has to be in like a microscopic other dimension right there, dude. Like that right there, if we had like lenses that can see like to a really, really fine point, you probably can see a lot of action going on right there, dude. But to where we're at now, it's just like, oh, it's just basic stuff. But doing the mushrooms and doing these hallucinogens kind of opens the mind to, I feel like, different states, which I feel we know nothing about. Nothing at all.
And I'm gonna tell you, I've thought about shit like that, and because you watch different things and shit like Gaia, where they talk a lot about the inner self and the higher enlightenment. And you ever see a movie called it was with Eddie Murphy in it? It was called the Golden Child.
The Golden Child?
Yeah, it was called The Golden Child.
I've never seen a movie like
that. And there was a part in there where the kid had a bowl of food or oatmeal or something like that, and it had blood in it. And the reason that they were trying to feed the kid blood was to weaken him so that they could kill him and shit, right?
Okay.
And I feel like when you look at the diets, oh, there it is.
Right, that one that they're talking about.
And this is the chick who actually played a boy in the motherfucking movie.
Oh, there you go. Right.
Yeah, that shit was wild. I found out. I was like, what the fuck? But I think a lot of you see people getting a lot of becoming more holistic, and it used to be a thing where you met somebody who was 100 years old. It was like, wow, man, you're 100 years old. Now you can probably take a fucking rock, throw it out there, and hit one.
Really?
They're all over the fucking place.
That's
dude.
True.
They're all over the place.
I wouldn't doubt that my grandpa makes it to 100. Like high 70s, and he's still out there chopping wood, like taking down trees, loading up his truck and stuff. So
they're about to have one that's going to be documented. I guarantee you that's going to have a child. I think they got. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa. I think they do. I think they do. I think they got to do it out of Iraq.
Okay, so
a guy out of Iraq. I think he's fucking like close to 100 or some shit like that, and he has a baby.
Okay, so this is the thing though. I heard that the older you get, the less like potent and amazing your semen becomes, and it's just like
what?
Exactly what I just said.
Yes. What?
Okay, so if you get older,
yeah.
If you had a kid,
okay,
and you just turned 60,
okay,
is that not the same or even worse semen than when you were in your 30s? Isn't your semen like more like powerful, rejuvenative? Like it does so much more. It probably can produce like way more. You probably make way more as well. And then when you get older, it just...
No, I think you start to decrease as you get older.
Yeah, that's what... Decrease.
Yeah, everything goes down.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is like when you're at your peak, like your 30s and late 20s, you can be pushing out these super kids, but when you turn 50 and stuff, they could have underlying maybe birth defects and stuff.
Oh, you're saying the older you get, the more retarded your sperm get?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Don't. No. You're saying that ineffective.
Yes.
Ineffective.
It doesn't work as well.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. So what you're saying?
Yeah. See, I got a couple of people on here just going, "Old sperm is dangerous."
Put old dicks on the shelf.
So I feel like that's one of those things. Who knows though?
Well, like I said, I just some YouTube video about some Iranian guy, I believe it is.
Oldest man.
And he's got like fucking
oldest man. Dude, I love that the fucking literally they're listening to us. All I put is oldest man, and it just came up, oldest man to father a child. That's what they do, man. The government listens to us all the time. Anyways, the dude was he was from Japan, has been officially confirmed as the oldest person living at 112 years old, 344 days as of February 12th. He was born on... No, wait. Not oldest man alive. Oldest man alive to father...
I was about to say, holy shit.
To father a child. I thought that's what came up. This dude. Yeah, from India, wrestler and farmer who was claimed by various media outlets the world's oldest father. 94. He was 94 when he had a kid. This guy right here, 94 years old, pumping out kids, bro.
Look at that fucking
94.
dude, man. Are you serious? That dude looks like a late 78.
Yeah, he does. He looks good. He really does. Look at this. That's not even bad at all.
What? And I guarantee you,
That's like how my grandpa looks, and he's in the 70s.
He probably has never ate a bag of caramel corn in his life.
Dude.
But he probably smokes, drinks coffee, all types of shit.
Okay, so that's true. Have you ever... yeah, see? Imagine like more indigenous people and stuff like that in their homelands. I don't know. Have you ever heard of a guy named David Cho? He like done some documentaries and stuff on Vice and stuff like that. He's like this Asian guy.
I probably have.
He was recently on the Joe Rogan show, and they were talking about some really cool stuff that he's done. But he went to the forest and was with this tribe, and just the stuff that they do, like run around the jungle barefoot. They have these amazing bodies that look like athletes, superstars. Like, he was freaking out. He's like, I should take you to America and just take a bunch of pictures of you and make you famous. And they're just like, why? What's out there? Like, all I know is hunting and feeding my family. But yet they seem so much more healthier and like live more youthful and like.
And that's exactly why we must drive them out of extinction.
That.
That's exactly why we will drive them out of extinction. Want to know why?
Tell me.
Because they fucking offer a better fucking lifestyle. And lifestyle that we have, democracy or whatever you call it, yeah, we don't like competition.
Do we think that's a better lifestyle though? They look like they have a better lifestyle, but we see it as like, you know, like savages, like barbarians. They don't want to advance. They don't know the beauties of going to McDonald's every day. They don't know the beauties of being able to be served food. To other people, that's them still staying primitive, not knowing that stuff. And them, they're just like, what's the point? If I do what I do, there's nothing more to live for. Like, it's just feed my family and stuff like that. So it's crazy to think about.
I think we all seek the same thing, but in their way of doing it, they're their own masters. They're their own masters. Who do they have to pay? Who do they have to say, well, keep my lights on? Make sure I can get my car so I can drive back and forth to work. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Make sure my water's on. They don't want anything. And like I said, they'll drive them out of extinction because, motherfucker, they'll make people think like, you know something? Yeah, they don't want that competition. They want people slaving, bro. Good weed, by the way.
Dope. President Trump says he plans to ban TikTok from the U.S. Do you know anything about TikTok?
Yeah. I know a little about TikTok.
TikTok is it's actually a Chinese-made app.
Yes, it is. I was researching that a while back and shit, and it's funny about that and shit.
You think they do something with it? Obviously.
Oh, like listen? Fucking right.
No, but like, do you think they actually now? The shitty part is that we've had TikTok for quite a while now, and a bunch of people use it in America, and a bunch of celebrities. Do you think China now has a database of all this stuff?
That's what the whole thing was set up for, was to collect information.
Tell us more, Dre.
No, I mean, that's what it was. I mean, I think it's people. All those apps are fucking government owned and government ran, so it's like.
It's for entertainment.
Okay.
I make a dance video for all my kids to see. I make a dance video with all my kids. Keep dropping ashes on you, dude. What's going on here?
I don't know, man. I'm not burning myself up. I'm just looking terrible and shit. But no, I mean, yeah, but they do a lot of cataloging of faces and shit like that. And, you know, people who go abroad or what have you and shit. Everybody collects data, man. That's what the whole thing is now. The whole thing is collecting data. That's the real money.
Right.
How much of your information can I have?
And who can I sell it to?
Motherfuckers just collecting data, man. You know, it's just compiling information to use on their behalf, picking out who's going to win. Like, who do you think's going to win the election?
I don't even know who's running. Biden, right, and Trump, pretty much, and maybe some random person that comes in a little bit later.
I wish somebody would jump in that. That'd be so funny.
Kanye tried. He jumped in for a few seconds.
Kanye wanted a little bit of attention.
So, but yeah, I don't know. Didn't there was some other news too that Trump wanted to actually extend or prolong the election, so do it later on after the pandemic and all this shit going on. I saw.
Oh, you mean delay?
Delay. Thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate that. Yes, he said he wanted to delay the election.
Yes, unprecedented.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
You don't think? You think people will get a little upset about that?
Put it this way. The NBA, nobody really with this season wants to be a player who wants to be part of and pretty much all the sports. I'm just using the NBA just
because it just came back, huh?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you see the games?
Yes.
Yeah. Who's
Yes.
going up? Boston. I saw them play. I just saw the highlights, but still.
Still pulling for my man Bron.
Anyways.
Anyway, what's going down is nobody wants to be a part of a lost season and hundreds, however long their the history of their franchise, like the NBA,
baseball,
all of them
fighting.
They're always trying. They're all trying to get back to make sure they keep that thing rolling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to be any different in politics, man. It's not going to be. You want to be a part of the Senate? That was a part of not having a democratic election during our however long of our democracy. You want to be the ones who get to do that? No, nobody wants to try that.
Nobody wants to.
Not even for that dude. Seriously, that's probably where they're going to draw the line at. Like, dude, I don't want no parts of that. No, we're just going to have an election and let the chips fall where they may. But no, nobody's going to be part of that. That's crazy. That's like a coup.
I don't know. See, it's weird to think about too. I feel like we're at this point of history now where I don't know what's coming next. There's even like other societies and civilizations that lasted way, way longer than we did, but they all fell. They seem to have like a better structure and stuff too, but why did they fall? Like the Romans or the Egyptians and stuff like that.
Are you worried about America or something?
I am. You think China might like do something, or the dollar actually start to lose its actual value as you know about the dollar, dude. The dollar is the world reserve currency. It's the highest thing nothing beats the dollar. Everybody goes to the dollar.
I know I want a bunch of them. Fuck.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen if that dollar became a little bit lower in the market value? Where
I'm probably going to want a bunch more.
will that help us? Will that make it harder for us? I mean,
okay.
the government.
I think my answer would be I'm pretty sure it'll still be survivable for those who can survive. And it kind of like goes back to my reasoning for I don't vote. I don't vote for presidents. I just survive them. And you just better be ready to hustle. I don't care what side you pick or none at all. So with I don't know, with working with Trump or even working with Biden, it's going to be the same dude. They're going to pick who they want to have in power, bro. Just don't get it twisted and don't even fool yourself.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, you're still going to have to pay your bills. It's not like some utopia is going to come and happen all of a sudden. And
why?
The heavens break open and no, all bills paid, to school paid. No, bro. I mean, I don't know what that means and shit, but it's not going to happen.
They can't discover something that will help enlighten the world, enlighten the rest of humanity.
Where you still wouldn't have to go out and hunter-gather like those people out in the wilderness?
Yeah. Like, we won't get to that point here soon. Or
where we just roll around and just get fed all of us
No, it wouldn't really be where we just get fed. Okay, this is the shitty part that I kind of love about you too, is that you have the ability to work on any talent or any kind of project, anything you want to do for a really long amount of time because you don't have yourself structured to a 9 to 5 job.
No.
Okay. But again, you have the ability. You can, if you wanted to, really dedicate yourself. I'm throwing this out here. You can dedicate yourself and play guitar for 8 hours straight, just every other day.
Yeah, good actually.
And literally surpass people in a way that is, very rare. Obviously, people can do that and stuff. But to a point now, do you want to do that? Or why would you do that? Is there any benefit to that anymore?
Is there any benefit to having enough time to become a master
at whatever you want to do to enlighten more people? But
really, is that a question?
But again, like, would we ever get to that state where people are going to want to do that? Where
would we get to that state?
Yeah, that people want to do that. Like, again, so if it did get to
according to history, we already got to that point. If you just look at the Greek philosophers.
What do you mean?
That's all they did pretty much was roll around and philosophize. They rolled up on cats. Pretty much Greek philosophers were the podcasters of their day. Except they would just roll up into a spot, get half-ass drunk, and start spouting a bunch of shit.
Yeah, see, that makes sense.
And motherfuckers would be like, yeah, this dude's smart. This fucking dude is smart. We know smart people. People know when you're smart. Like, oh, you can't. Yeah, well, if you can fool me, then that means you're smarter. So, kind of what's fooling me means deceiving me, but that still means you're smarter. But if you can enlighten me, that means you're even smarter. So it was cats who just rolled around making cats fucking smarter, man.
But, like, again, can we get to that point where we can do that all the time? Like, again,
what's the benefit now? I mean, for real, what's the benefit?
If I feel if I had the time to, like, play a little bit more on my craft and push more content out there,
okay,
there'd be more people that would want to see it or that haven't seen it that are looking for that. But I'm sounding like one of those dudes that I need to do something with my life. But I'm stuck at a 9 to 5. So
are you really?
Yeah. So when I start doing,
they chain you to the place?
Well, I feel a little chained because.
No, literally.
What do you mean? 9 to 5.
Are you chained?
No, I'm not chained to the place, but
not like did you die, but are you chained?
Metaphorically, I feel like I am, and that makes it if there was a state where, like, okay, on hell, we ended up discovering that there's this actually really good freeze dry food for the residents. It's super easy to make. Okay. It cuts time in half.
And you said it's good for them?
And it's good for them. All the nutrition they want.
Soily green. No, I'm just kidding.
And you don't even need to be there to serve it. We have somebody else do it. You don't have to be there anymore. You just have to oversee the amount that has to be done.
What, do they deliver the food by drone or something to the old people?
Well, we're figuring out what the future is going to be like. So now you don't have to. You only come in 4 hours a day.
Okay.
But you lost hours. You still get the same pay. The drone obviously is getting your work, so we got to compensate the drone for, like, repairs and stuff like that.
Okay.
So does that make life harder for somebody because they have to does that make life harder for somebody because they have to now find another job or do more? Or should they work on their talent because that is taken care of and they can actually pay the person the amount that they does more to live without having to worry about finding another job or doing other work? I'm talking like futuristic weird shit right now, but
oh no, it's kind of going along with the whole plan of what set this whole deal up.
Yeah, but yeah, to the sense.
Well, a buddy of mine does he did a lot of business out of China, where he was bringing a lot of different goods in, what have you. And pretty much that was his factory. And it was way over there in China and shit. And so he had his own businesses. And so he should come in and take care of it, and he's an entrepreneur. I think what this is pushing people to, I don't think people are like picking it. It's making people decide to, like, if you want to live or do you just want to survive? Because if you just want to survive, you're probably going to be stuck in a 9 to 5. If you really want to live, you're probably going to have to learn to be an entrepreneur. Now, the people over there in China, those motherfuckers are probably, they got like families who run their own who their own factory. You see them like on those YouTubes, like in India and shit like that, and they're going to start producing shit because we consume the most shit, because we make the most money to send back out shit. They're setting it up so we have to become entrepreneurs, find a hustle, find something you can push, become good at it, sustain your family and maybe even lineage, and get in contact with these motherfuckers or somebody close to you to do this for you.
Yeah.
But if you become a 9 to 5er, oh yeah, you're about to get fucked. You're going to have to learn to make money the old-fashioned way. You're going to have to learn to hustle.
Right. Work harder, as I like to say.
Yeah. I mean, it's a setup. I mean, just look at... I saw that happening with that, when you see what's going on, and it's just like entire cities that are just set up to just make shit that the rest of the world consumes.
Yeah. That's really big here too, like everything.
Yeah, it's and now we're internet this, that, and the other sells, and they just made people learn it like overnight because they stuck everybody in the fucking house, and it was like, well, you're not going to work. What are you going to do? And you look, those numbers have gone up like crazy, man, where people have just been forced to learn that shit.
I guess it is just what you do and how you spend your time as well. Just
I would spend it learning a hustle that you can fucking maintain from now on, regardless of what happens. Because now that, other than dying, probably the worst thing you can do is just be confined to your spot. But can you still get things out? I don't think Amazon's going anywhere.
Neither is TikTok, bro. Again, I can't believe this was headlining on 1 hour ago that Trump is planning to ban TikTok from the U.S.
Oh yeah, that's a be a good move. That's not. I mean, I don't really know if it's a good move, but I do know that it's probably being used by
everybody,
the government,
The Rock, Kevin Hart.
Dude, it's a social medium. Another one will pop up.
That we should have invented it.
Oh, they'll put out something different. I promise you. That something else will pop up, man. You know what I mean? And it's he'll figure something out. I don't think that a company that I wouldn't think that if we had a company from the U.S. that was spying on people in China would be cool. For the U.S. government. Fuck that. Why are you spying on people? Why are the government spying on their peoples?
Well, because there's so much...
hate?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the fucking thing, man. We got these dudes drumming up hate not even on our fucking behalf.
Yeah, that's so crazy to think about, too. Like,
these
why?
These motherfuckers is, like, coming back, like, at school, like, did you hear what he said about your... Man, he said this about your mom. The fuck? Oh, did he? You said that shit? We don't even fucking know half the shit they're doing out there, man. Supposedly on our behalf for our good.
Yeah. for the greater good of the
I
country.
ain't got no beef with these motherfuckers. That's just shit. I want to make money. They want to make money. Y'all want entrepreneurs? No doubt. I'm ready to be one.
Right?
I'm ready to make it.
Especially in another place, like especially if that other place never seen or done anything that you're offering.
Yeah.
Dude, you're booming. You're booming.
You know, it goes to the people who are mentally unchained, who aren't slaves to their 9 to 5 comfort. You gotta get out of that shit, man. If you want to be a wolf, man, you gotta get off the porch and run with them. No, that's real shit, man.
I know. Yeah.
You know, dogs out in the wilderness will just get slaughtered. You may be a big dog in the neighborhood, but you get out in the wilderness, man, you'll get slaughtered. You got to understand and shit. They're making the world the wilderness, but they've opened it up. They've opened it up. The world is wide open, man. You can get anywhere within a fucking day, fly somewhere, and now with all this SpaceX and all that other shit, you're going to get places even faster. Opens up for us, man. Learn a language. This COVID will go away. I promise you. It's not shutting down nothing. You know, how many people have we lost to this? You know, supposedly, I don't even watch the news. So what is it, about 1 million people worldwide?
I don't know. I think it's less than that. COVID. It even has it by like states.
No, not the U.S. I mean worldwide.
Yeah, I know. But it just goes straight from U.S. Worldwide. I love how they have Google literally does it. Oh, man. It says,
pops up like boom.
It says confirmed 17 million.
Confirmed 17 million people have died worldwide.
Yeah. And in America, that's 4 million.
4 million?
Yeah. Confirmed.
Wow.
COVID deaths. Never mind, I lied. Those are just people with the symptoms or with the positive. So 17 million are positive. Sorry. I brought up, I made the suspense so wrong.
No, that's fine.
677K is the death count.
Oh, so it's not 1 million.
No, it's not 1 million.
Those is rookie numbers. Yeah, shit. They ain't worried about that. For a pandemic, shit, what did they get out of this fucker? They got less than 1 million deaths, and I know out of the U.S. alone, they fucking...
1.56 or 156K.
So what was the stimulus for that? 7 trillion?
The first time? Because we're getting another one.
Oh, so they... so they got 7 trillion. They're about to get another... okay. Shit, how much now?
See, but that's the thing, though, is like... again, I don't know too much about the conspiracies and stuff, but there was this guy on the Joe Rogan who was an economist and was talking about how the government is just digging or making a bubble that has to pop soon. But they keep inflating it into a really worse part right now. So they're giving the stimulus and all this stuff to all these businesses and shit.
Okay.
But they're making the dollar so it's actually inflated more, so that more of our goods and services actually start probably costing more. Like, okay, here's the scenario: you're going to go get a loaf of bread for $10. How does that's gonna freak people out quick?
That's not gonna happen.
You don't think so? Okay. See, I'm thinking in the conspiracy side, and this is kind of what happens in conspiracy thinking. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta save. But you don't think
maybe 5.
Another stimulus,
maybe 5,
to make the inflation go up? Because they're pumping out more money.
Fake money.
Yeah, but the fake money has to be...
I see a lot of it on Wish. I was ready to order some myself.
Really? I feel like I just want to try it out.
I was ready to order me like 30 grand for $40. It's stupid. Yeah, but it's how you look at okay, whatever it is. Whatever it is. We know what we're going to have to pay for what the fuck we need. So we know what we're going to have to do to get what we need. Or not. It's your choice. You pick it.
I don't know. It's weird.
No, it's not. It's been the same way, dude, since I was... These aren't the first cats. I grew up during the Reagan era, bro. Trickle-down fucking economics. Where the fucking president was the main contributor to the crack epidemic because he had drugs imported and specifically sold to black communities. Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
And they celebrate this motherfucker, and he should have been in prison. And they talk about Trump and all that. Oh yeah, he is. I don't give a fuck about that dude. He's not the first racist white guy to be in that building. Why the fuck do I care? I'm gonna survive him too.
I like how you say that. It's just like, you know, fortunately, it's just kind of going with the punches, right?
And people say to me, "Well, how do you know?" Well, I remember Donald Trump coming up, and it had nothing to do about him being not uncool to people. That you got to understand something. There's a lot of stuff in our history that was cool at the time and was madly racist. Madly racist.
It's weird. Yeah, I do, dude.
So it's like, so when people are like, well, Donald Trump used to be, yeah, so.
Did you not know that?
Yeah, but he was hanging out with just chicks, and I see these pictures, yeah, so. We didn't say that he wasn't cool, but a lot of things that were cool were also racist.
Yeah.
But we couldn't say, oh, you better shut up complaining all the time. So whatever, bruh. Whatever.
I like that mentality that you have too. That's just like, dude, just whatever. Just let it. Just like.
It's like, is this your first day in America?
Like, did you not? Yeah, especially like coming from you. Like, are you serious? Like, come on. You've known this. You've dealt with this.
And moved on. When he came down that escalator and said the shit he said, when people were shocked, I was shocked that people were shocked. I was shocked that people were shocked, bro. Like,
what did you expect? Yeah.
Have you looked at this dude's resume? How he was about his buildings? How he was about the Central Park 5? The stuff this dude has said about Native Americans? Come on, bro. That is not that dude's first day. Stop it.
Man. How do we...
What?
Do you think people just like that naive and dumb then? They just like they never learned about it or never knew about it, or they just overshadow it with like, oh, maybe he will do better because he has sold a lot of stuff or he has been a great businessman.
Here's the deal, man.
I don't get it. It's confusing to me.
They weren't racist enough about it to bomb a town. They were just racist enough to put in a racist. I'm cool with that part. It's dwindling down little by little. But if you want to say that it's an equal society or Donald Trump wasn't... No, man, those are fantasies, man. He is what he is. It is what it is. Just deal with it.
How how does it feel when people actually turn it in? Like, that's not the way it is. Like, obviously, we see it a certain way, and we obviously know exactly what's going on. But to somebody else's eyes, they don't see it that way. They see it more as of a justification or like, oh, it has to be done this way. How does that get dealt with as well? Like those people that don't have an open mind or just kind of have clouded judgment in certain aspects. Like,
you got to catch those motherfuckers.
And literally just tell them that
all that fucking shit on Facebook and what have you. That's the main reason right there. This shit right here, where people can talk shit and not get caught up with. You know what I mean? I can just talk all this shit and just stay away from the people I talk shit about. I remember reading something about
Accountability.
yeah, about accountability, but it was um it was about Abraham Lincoln. What people don't know is that Abraham Lincoln was a major shit talker. He talked a lot of shit.
Okay.
He did. He talked a lot of shit. And he would do it in a kind of a sly way where they say he would kind of like, leave letters or, shit written where people could find it and then start talking shit about people. Right? So one day
A little bitch.
yeah, and motherfuckers, oh, really, this motherfucker, oh. And so he dropped a letter about somebody one time, and I guess the dude was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill you, dude. And this was back in the days of duels, where it was like, well, two dudes shoot it out in the street, that's pretty fucking fair. And Lincoln had to fucking backpedal like a bitch on that one, man. But it's like, we now have a society where we can ruin people from abroad. And that's kind of fucked up. You shouldn't have that ability. You should be able to, hey, and that's what all of this is kind of created. So when we have that type of society, don't be surprised when motherfuckers do whole shit. Don't be surprised.
It's kind of built that way. The structure was built like that. You guys don't freak out because it's kind of done that way. You see it all the time too.
Fucking Tom Anderson.
You see it all the time, dude. People, I'll be like really intense in a video game, and people get just upset at the littlest things, and they're so far away, and they could talk the most shit that they want to talk, but in the long run, they don't know anything, like nothing. But yet, some people, oh man, it's so bad that people actually do other crimes and stuff because of it. Like, oh man, I'm getting so much hate and flack on this. I better do something about it. And then it ends up becoming something worse. Is that a bad sense of the way society's going? Or is it a little more, it's just being used the wrong way? Because honestly, I love all this stuff. Like, what's not amazing about being able to communicate with somebody all the way in Australia that you've never been able to talk to before, that is actually interested in something that maybe we're talking about, or just a skill or something that you do that they're interested in. This would never be possible without the stuff that we have now.
Like, you've made connections with people you couldn't have possibly done that with
without
before
this.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
without this.
I remember it was you remember ham radios and shit like that?
Like, not the CB ones, right?
Yeah, and all the ones that are supposed to be able to reach around the fucking world and shit. You know what I mean?
Okay, I never really heard of ham radios.
Yeah, where these guys would have setups shit like this, but it was just all audio. And they're just reaching out to find another motherfucker, because dudes would start these franchises all around the world to start these things where people would just connect. They were trying to make a network.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They were trying to build a platform, I guess. That was their fucking thing right there. And I think they're still out there and shit. But why would they? But it's like, when the internet first got started, I had a mechanic friend of mine who got on the internet a lot, and he reached out to people all the way up to Norway. And I remember him bringing in some candy.
Okay.
That he had gotten from them because he had sent them some of our shit, like Snickers, Paydays, and all this other crazy shit that they don't have up there. That you're like, what? Really? They don't have a fucking Snicker? No, they don't. They don't eat that shit. Mm-hmm. And so, like, people, like, when they, it's like crack up there. It's like selling dope. You know what I mean? So he sent them some shit, and they sent it down. And I remember eating what they thought was like some licorice or something and shit. And it's like no sugar in this shit. So it's like, which was horrible. It tasted disgusting to me. I'm sorry, but it was horrible.
It just wasn't. Yeah.
Maybe it was just dated or something like that. If I ever make it up there, I promise you I'll try something, folks. But yeah, it was horrible.
Not.
But that would have never happened had he not been with the internet. So, not that it was like I was good that I'll never do fucking that horrible licorice ever again in my life. But I had an experience that I never would have had before if he hadn't done that.
Yeah.
So it's like we want these type of experiences, but we want them to be in a way, man, where we become closer, man. Not like, oh fuck, the licorice was horrible. Let's fucking bomb that place.
Yeah.
No. That's not, that's just not what we want to do.
Yeah. So like I said, go back to the thing where it's like, do you think we just are using it in a fucked up way?
Fucking right we are.
Because we have so many benefits with this. We can be using it in a way that it's actually, well, we have been. There are, like, again, we just talking about it. There's so many benefits to it. But yet again, we have those instances where I'm just going to be on here, and this is just an example. I say if I had somebody on here that just started to come on here and just was literally just throwing the N-word up and just being annoying and being just, yeah, see, those exist and they're out there. Mm-hmm. They're called trolls.
Okay.
Those are what portray the internet as a bad, demeaning place.
Of course, because those are motherfuckers you can't reach out and
that kind of sucks, right? That
y'all call them trolls, we call them hoes. We call them hoes. So it's like that's what I mean about this, man. There used to be a time before where there wasn't internet and things were settled in a motherfucking parking lot. Instead of somebody going home talking shit later on Facebook or whatever the fuck, Twitter, what have you, and then now that this person sees that shit, they can't reach out and really get at that person, and it builds and it builds and it builds. So when they do finally see that person, they're probably going to kill them. Where before it would have just been a fist fight and we handled it.
Right. Or like I said before, they get so built up that they do something to somebody else.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't even have to be to the person that keeps bashing on them.
You could be the motherfucker who received an ass whooping that wasn't yours.
Yeah.
It's happened before.
It's a crazy time we're living in, man.
It's a normal time, man. I mean, with what we're doing, the way that we've been doing things.
I feel
now,
like
if you're saying that, well, shouldn't we be different?
Yeah.
Sure.
We should be way more different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why haven't we been like more evolved and like united and stuff? That's where I'm trying to get at, is like it feels like for so long it's just, again, we can't restructure the whole world. It's not anything that's plausible, anything like that. But
is that what you were looking to try to do?
We're barely getting to the point where we're starting to recognize shit like this. Barely that all of humans are one. Like, we all have this united beings. Barely, and we're not even really scratching the surface of it correctly.
You mean this go around?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this go around. Because again, like, what happened with the other civilizations? Did they kind of fuck up the same way too? Like the Egyptians, the Romans, the Atlanteans? Or is it just that time, the floods, the meteor? Maybe we just it's that time already for us.
Well, the planet's not going anywhere.
I know there was this scientist that was talking about we're actually inside of this meteor field right now. Like, okay, we're always in it, but during certain months, we actually go through it at a higher velocity and at like a crazier time. So okay, what's happening right now is like literally...
So are we more possible to get hit during that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're possible to get hit all the time because we're
looking at some deep impact shit.
All the time. But that's something we don't really take accountability or like really research a lot about. You know who Neil Tyson is, the scientist
Oh,
guy.
yeah. Fucking right.
He talks about like if anything like that were to come or anything like that starts to come, 20 years max for us to even be ready for it. 10 years max to even think about getting ready for it. If that stuff came up and it's going to be here in like three years, even if it was going to be here in 3 years, we're done.
Now, let me ask you this.
I'm scared. I'm so scared.
No, let me ask you this. Does he make these calculations according to the way he looks at world participation at this moment, or world participation once they know that, hey, motherfuckers, without every man, woman, and child combined together, you're all fucked?
I think he's just going on speculation, to be honest.
Because you know something? Here's the thing. I think if we all realize that we are totally fucked and our governments can't help us one bit, we'd stomp those motherfuckers out and get it done ourselves.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Especially with something like
You're like,
that.
oh, you fuckers are in that. Okay, we know smart people aren't in the government, so we can take care of them right away. We're not going to lose nothing there.
That's genius.
We're not going to lose anything
I totally
there.
get it, yeah.
So take care of that, all right? Then take the smart people. You know, and here's the thing, man.
Dude, that's a restructuring right there. That's a restructuring for sure.
When we decide, you ever saw a movie on Netflix called Wandering Earth?
I haven't. Tell me more about it.
Wandering Earth is funny.
Spoilers. Pew, pew, pew. I'll go for it.
You'll pop it up.
Wandering Earth 2019. Right? Sci-fi.
Hit the trailer.
I can't because then I'm going to get a copyright strike. And
Oh, is that how that works?
yeah.
I thought they would have got the play.
Nope.
All right, anyway.
That's not how it works, dog.
Well, it's what can happen when you know, according to this movie, the planet decides, yeah, we need to come together to get this done. And so I look at imagery like that and I say to myself, like, yeah, we would actually do that, man. We would actually come together. But we don't have an imminent threat. We don't see anything other than these cats. And we've lived with them so long. It's like a boil on your ass.
Okay, here's the thing, though. Did you know the Pentagon and the government have recently started to release more information stating that they have and seen unidentified flying objects? The government has said this. They literally have been like, hey, guys, recently there's something out there and we can't explain what it is. Now they're saying this. Okay, so again, I don't know how much of a believer you are, but what if this is the context or the pre-build-up to us seeing, knowing an alien? Could it happen? Why is the government now saying this? The Pentagon released it. An Air Force pilot, they always say, yeah, they tell us not to say anything, but now that the government says that it's okay, they're going on national television and stuff telling these stories of like, yeah, we were just doing a routine shit and we couldn't explain what this thing was flying for us. Mm-hmm. Like, where does that put us in this world now? Like, what the fuck? I hate when that shit happens.
I hate when aliens land.
This happened when I was a little kid. Like, I got so freaked out when I kind of discovered more than just this world. Like,
what did you discover?
When I was a little kid, I'm pretty sure I was like maybe 11, maybe 10.
Okay.
Can't really remember exactly, but I saw a documentary.
Were you smoking weed at this time?
No. I didn't.
It's not a bad thing. I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, I don't think it wasn't until a little bit later. But I saw a documentary that actually talked about the Earth getting hit by a meteor, and it being overdue. This was like in 2000.
Yeah, for an 11-year-old, it is bad though.
Yeah,
no, but
2002 or something. Really, really like back in the day. I saw this.
The Earth getting hit by a meteor. Is that Deep Impact?
No, it was a movie. It was a documentary.
Oh, it's a documentary.
Yeah,
of the possibilities of it.
Of it happening.
Oh, okay.
And it happening within our lifetime, within like or like,
Dude, I've been through so many apocalypse. I'm cool.
right?
Whatever.
But I was a little kid. I was scared, and then I finally like knew more. Like, holy shit! Like, there's shit out there that can kill us. You know, the Earth is really nothing. Like, it's so small to the comparison of what's out there. That kind of freaked me out. And then,
Really?
at a certain age, maybe like a year later, in Albuquerque, I saw like this weird thing in the sky, and they even reported it on the news. They're like, "Hey, there's this weird thing in the sky," but the government just said that it's a weather balloon, because you know they always use the excuse of something stupid like that, weather balloon or something like that. And that even
Something you can't disprove.
you don't even know what a weather balloon is.
Yeah.
Like, they can be so many different things, like,
Yeah.
literally. But that's one of those where I was like, holy shit, like, what's going to happen to us if we end up discovering that there is an alien or something that we just can't understand? Are we going to freak out, or are we going to be like, I saw this in a movie, that's okay, I'm not too worried about it. E.T. was crazy. I saw E.T. It desensitized me, so that now when
E.T. did it for you?
E.T. did it for me. Now
What about Alien? Alien didn't do it?
No, that's just what scares the shit out of me. I see one of those, I'm gonna be freaked the fuck out.
Xenomorphs get no love. What the fuck?
But I don't know, going into a weird ass fucking segue.
Well, I mean,
Aliens, dude.
Here's the thing that I look at. When I was growing up, right? And if I wrap my age out, but there was this crazy ass
He's 5,000 people.
million. There was this crazy ass series on about this millionaire dude who lived in Iowa or some shit, and he actually had his own rocket, and he was like an astronaut, and he would fucking blast off back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of funny at the time and shit, but it was like they kind of wiped that whole thing out of history because they really didn't want people poking around too much, flying around. You know, so, oh, well, we don't want you to come down. And do you know the likelihood of you coming back down to Earth and hitting a populated area? Seriously, you trust me, you would probably, and if you try not to hit anything, you definitely wouldn't hit nothing.
Yeah.
So, but so many people are acquiring enough money to actually build shit that could actually take them into fucking space. Somebody's going to see something.
Right, yeah.
And it's going to become undeniable. You're going to have millions of motherfuckers in a minute just flying cars.
Yeah. Or, yeah, like you said.
So imagine how many people are going to actually be going back and forth to the moon. We're going to discover different. You can go on YouTube and pull up space age propulsion.
Yeah.
That we're still using solid propellants is bullshit. You can just look. There's tons of shit, man. And I guarantee you, those trillions of dollars that Lockheed and Martin, please don't kill me, and all the other defense companies have gotten. You think the only thing they've come up with is solid propellants, hydrogen, and whatever the fuck.
What was that stuff that you were talking about last time you were on the
That's
podcast? Starlight or something? What was it called?
I think it is called Starlight.
Was
Starlight.
it? Yeah, like that, dude. There you go, right? That's one of those things. Like,
Pull that one up. See if that one comes up. Still, they're probably gonna block that one on you.
This is Starlight. What did it do again? It's just like burns or something like that?
No, it doesn't. Regardless of the temperature. You would think that this would be an instantaneous thing that you would have right off the bat done to every home made. So it wouldn't be able to catch on fire. But yeah, that wouldn't work too well for the insurance industry.
I don't think it's called Starlight. It has to be called something else.
No, that's what it's called.
I just typed in Starlight and that's not coming up.
It's probably not. Okay, let me check.
I felt like it had a different name. Starlight Fire.
There you go. Starlight.
Oh, LIT. I put like the light bulb. There it is. Super material that can't be burned. Super material that can be made in your kitchen as well. Yeah, we saw that too, right? We saw the.
Well, I don't know about that shit. But what I am saying is, there's things, but they were also talking about that not being able to, something about radiation too. Like they had tested this on some type of detonation. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, Starlight versus Thermite. Have never seen that.
You know what thermite is, right?
Yes, I do. I was just watching something on that last night about how it looks going down into water, still molten, still hot, still fucking boiling at the bottom.
It still goes
Yeah,
through.
yeah, dude, that shit's ridiculous.
And there it was. Starlight, guys.
Is he melting those pennies right there?
He's trying to. He's trying. But you can't do it when you have starlight, bro.
Is that his bare hand?
Yeah, dude. Looks like if you flip the mushroom over, and it looked like the inside of a cap.
I know whatever the fuck I sent into space would be coated in that.
It's weird. But again, you can make this though. That's what's crazy. You can make this in your home, dude.
That is nuts.
Starlight in your home.
So
made.
I mean, it's crazy shit like that isn't common knowledge that could help. I mean, imagine how many children die a year in house fires, like just around Christmas. But that's not what that's for. Insurance makes money, and people, fuck. There's no shortage of those. That's why I was like, we haven't even hit 1 million with COVID. So yeah, and they got over 7 trillion out of it on one go around. And what are they about to get on this next go around? Another 7 or 5?
Same thing, I think.
Another 7?
No, I think it's the same thing.
Hey boys.
I keep seeing news about it though. It's like, oh, second stimulus coming soon. Second stimulus here anytime soon.
I'm sure it will be.
More money.
He hit him with the tax cuts. Now we get the stimulus. Shit. Okay.
I don't know, man. It's weird.
Not a bad little amount of scratch.
Too much, man.
One presidency, one term. Shit. I call that a win.
6.
If I was him.
You still have this bad boy in here.
Oh, do I? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Second stimulus coming soon, everybody. So if you need money, it's coming. If you don't, there's still money coming. Just letting you know. They're trying to build up debt, bro. Building up the debt so they can just charge you more when it's all over. Yeah, dude. I can't believe how much TikTok is trending on Twitter right now. Like,
it's about to be blown up like a motherfucker. People love fucking, boycotted or outlawed things and shit like that. So
they'll bring back something. You know, you ever heard of Vine?
Who?
Vine.
Oh yeah, I remember Vine.
They'll bring it back. That's pretty much like a version of it. TikTok is kind of like a version. 60-second videos or like 15-second videos.
Did Vine? Who bought Vine?
Somebody not that important, obviously.
I don't know. Was it a company from out of the country?
It was MySpace. Just kidding. Owner of Vine. I just saw that on Colin Carroll. Colin Carroll.
Because a lot of these companies to get what they do instead of having to create it themselves, just buy the fucking company. It's who owns YouTube? Google?
Does he? I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Google owns YouTube, so they didn't want to develop that, and that was fucking hot as shit. So then why? Just absorb it.
Yep. It says Google. YouTube is an American-based platform, one of Google's subsidiaries. Subsidiaries. Sorry, it's my dyslexic. Sorry. So sorry.
I struggle with that word myself. I
No.
wanted to show off my fanciness.
It's a good word.
Yeah, it's a beautiful word.
How do you feel about Amazon being just taking over the world? They are gonna put a plant here. It's gonna be a plant here in New Mexico. People will know the beauty of same day delivery. Literally.
This would be a good place to launch those drones from, because we have such clear skies about, especially with the. That's probably where they're doing that too.
No, you want drones flying around?
Well, calm yourself. What I'm saying is, this would probably be a great place for them to test it.
Okay.
Because we already do the balloon fiesta, right?
Yeah.
So we have that kind of stuff, but so this would probably be a place where they would probably test some shit like that, because it's kind of flat.
I'm shooting down that drone. I don't even care whose it is. It's taking some medicine to somebody. Bah, bah, bah.
Yeah, they're liable to shoot you for that.
And then there comes review.
Yeah.
I'm an honest cop, but I need to put you into custody, sir. You're shooting drones.
Bro, wow, that'd be crazy. Who the first person shot for shooting a drone?
Dude, that's going to happen if that's a thing. Nobody wants a drone flying over their house. Okay, so...
Whoa, so you're saying these people don't want their deliveries?
Okay, so you're getting a delivery, right? I'm your neighbor, and I'm outside naked because I like to go outside naked every once in a while.
Okay.
But, oh, great, here comes your drone. I see the drone about to make a delivery. Oh, wait, they have cameras on them too? What? These drones have cameras on them? So now
I don't think the cameras are to film people.
Always filming. Always filming.
We'll do. Okay.
We learned this about TikTok.
I get that. Okay. They're always filming, but I'm thinking that if any footage of you is shared, you know what I mean, something like that, that shit will be easily traced back. Won't you be able to sue the shit out of them? I don't think Amazon will be interested in just, dealing with class action lawsuits about, looking at some titties in the backyard.
I think Amazon is getting big enough, though, that they're turning into one of those, like, global conglomerates that they just take over. Yeah, turning into. They're not there yet.
How much haven't they gone over, like, several... like a couple $1 trillion.
Trillions.
Yeah.
Trillions. And not only that, one share of their stock is over $3,000. Just one share. One fucking share. It blows me away. But they're not there yet. They haven't actually taken over yet. They're really close. I honestly feel like they totally have the market for everything, but they have competition with other companies like Walmart. They have competitions with other food services.
Okay, I can see that. Okay.
Because they can't really
I can see that.
push to the next level. Like, I don't know if you heard of the Amazon like warehouses where you literally, if you have the app and you have your credit card linked to the app already, you literally buy a bunch of stuff, put it in a basket, and walk out of the store. Don't have to be rung up or anything. It literally recognizes everything that you just took out, and it'll deduct it from your money. And you have nothing. You just walk right out, and it's just like exactly what I got, exactly how much I needed to spend, and you're out of there. How is that not more efficient and actually taking, like, again, see, this is where we go back to the robots and the automation thing. If
we go back.
If that eliminated a lot of people's jobs, do they not have the time to improve their skills in whatever they want to do? Say, sewing, music, dance. So not only, because there's a market for all those individual things that they're trying to improve on. whatever skill that you have that you really want to be good at, I'm pretty sure there's over hundreds of thousands of people that want to see you do that skill.
But aren't these people not worried about feeding their families?
They don't have to, because they should have. If a robot or people are coming to the store not having to do the job that those people have to do, shouldn't they be compensated with like something at like a UBI, like a universal basic income? Like people get money for free? Is that weird? What? That's weird? You don't think that's something that's possible? I honestly think that would actually be more beneficial to the world. That like if all of your bills and everything are paid, you'll have those people that want to create more. Obviously, they'll be like, "Hey, I'm a carpenter. No, I don't have to build something that I don't want to build for money. I could build stuff that I want to build because I want to." And then that builds up another market for people that like, "Oh, I want this kind of stuff from this carpenter because he does these kind of things," or vice versa for the whole wide spectrum of everybody that does it. I don't know. We should be more free as a society, and I feel like we have enough resources in the world to feed and home and really take care of everybody so that they can do exactly what they want to do, how they want to do it. And I feel like that would eliminate a lot of stresses, and like I don't have to worry about going to work and making sure I have food and all this stuff for my family because it's all covered for me.
Okay.
Is that sounds like a far-fetched idea, but is that really that weird?
Well, let me get it straight first. So what you're saying is that you want, like, say you're the individual we're speaking about, like in this society you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
You want to be able to have shelter in what you would want. Like, I take it you wouldn't take this as your entire house, but you're going to want a certain type of shelter.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to want to be fed.
Yeah.
You're going to be placed in a certain type of clothing that you want.
Yeah,
right?
that I want.
That you want.
Yeah.
You know, you want a pet and shit like that. And I take it that, you know, eventually you may even want a family.
Okay. Yeah.
And things shouldn't change just because you got a family. As a matter of fact, we should help you more because you now have a wife and you have kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you want to have the ability, if you want to be able to explore your creative, or are we talking about entrepreneurial side too?
I guess you could say entrepreneur. Anything. Like
anything you want to do.
Anything you want to do.
You also want, like say you had to go away to, I don't know, Osaka, Japan or some shit like that to study sword making. I know you like swords.
Yeah.
Okay. You wanted to study sword making. So do you want us to send your family with you, or just send you by yourself, house you, feed you, teach you, and take care of them at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's not sellable, bro.
How?
That's not sellable.
How?
It's just not.
I feel like there's enough of, okay, obviously we're not there.
Oh, no. That probably is enough. I don't see people.
I don't think we're there technological wise.
Oh, yeah, we probably could feed you, and we could probably do all that shit. We got enough money. Actually, we're just printing fake money now, but it doesn't mean anything because that's kind of like a village mentality. Like you becoming a master sword maker, coming back to the village, you make swords for the village to defend the village, so we don't give a fuck about all of that. In today's society, yeah, fuck you. You're just a nerd who wants to make swords. We don't give a fuck about that or your family.
I love how you say that though, but there's with the amount of people in the world though, there's a high enough demand that there are going to be those nerds that would love the sword that is made for them.
Those were the top-notch nerds of their day.
But that's still okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to understand. There's a motherfucker who's sitting, but they became badasses because they also become like blacksmiths and shit. You know what I'm saying? This is a motherfucker who wants to spend all day working on something. And you got to think about, working with metal at the time that we're talking about it came up.
Yeah.
That had to be some like rock star shit. Because everybody's running around with wooden clubs or bronze bullshit, and you're just slicing through motherfuckers. You're a rock star. So, but you're a nerd because nobody understood that shit. Nobody understood that. I mean, probably, I guess magic too, whatever the fuck. So, but that benefited us all. Because when motherfuckers came and they were like, where we're going to take all your shit, fuck your chicks, and kill all your kids. Yeah, probably not. Because dude made us a whole bunch of swords, axes, shit like that. So we're ready. So, I mean, it's about the benefit to everybody else. How would that benefit us? I think swords are cool. But...
See, that I love how you say that, though. You do think swords are cool.
I do think swords are cool.
So if I were to just quit my job, just be like, fuck it, I'm going to go and learn the craft of sword making. Takes me 5 years.
Yeah.
I come back.
Okay.
I make you a sword.
Yeah.
And I tell you, this is a sword for you. Do you want to buy it?
I'd probably buy a sword.
See? And now you as an individual.
I bought a bong from a buddy who went off to learn how to blow glass.
See, you as an individual would buy that. You know how many individuals like you there are out there in this world?
What, friends?
People that would buy a sword.
Yeah, from their friend.
If
their friend made swords.
Or not, I guess.
Or whatever their friend makes.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole thing, is where we're missing the disconnect in how our network should be working. We should be using this to make friends, but we're using it to make enemies. Instead of using it for business, we're using it for all types of crazy emotional shit. Which is really fucked up. It really is. Hey, what else you got in this fridge?
There's just some blue moons. There's some.
What is that?
Oh no, here he goes. If you like pina colada, have you ever heard of Cabo Wabo?
Yes, of course I have.
Then you've never heard of Sammy Hagar.
Have you ever heard of Jack Daniels?
Isn't that like a dude that was like, I don't know, Jack Daniels? Who is Jack Daniels? Tell me more about Jack Daniels.
Oh, Jack Daniels has a recipe for Tennessee whiskey that he stole from a black guy.
Really?
Yes.
Cheers.
And made billions off of this shit.
That's been out for quite a while.
So, for all the people who are rednecks and just hate black folk, enjoy.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers, my man. Fuck, I'm sorry. My etiquette. Good shit. But,
again, I'll go back to it. I honestly feel people can do what they want. Should do. And when they are able to do what they want, it'll weed out the people that obviously want to be degenerate, not contribute to society, weed them out, and find out where the productive side of this world is, and then breed more, and then we just become a super race of amazing humans, of the people that want to be more intellectual.
Well, you know something? Here's the thing.
And that's not from having 54 or 97-year-old semen. That's for sure.
Hey, bruh. It depends on, is it the semen of a 94-year-old reject, somebody who's never done anything, or we're talking about somebody who's a scholar, somebody who's is still fit, somebody who's athletic. I mean, like, imagine LeBron James and Serena Williams having
LeBron
a kid.
James,
you want to know something? Somebody's still going to bet on that kid.
At 97? Nope.
Hey, if that thoroughbred is still dunking, we bet he's still dunking.
I would see that. Oh man, science again more experimental with science right there.
And here's the thing, man. Science and genetics is amazing. Science and genetics is amazing, man. I've listened to a lot of what they call biohacking. You're talking about people extending their lives, creating their cognitive abilities, but a lot of it is centered around diet. And we'll come back to that all the time. I bet you that 94-year-old dude, he wasn't eating fucking fire Cheetos. Probably wasn't drinking any Jack Daniels either, but he probably had some good shit though.
Right. Well,
I bet you he was drinking. I guarantee that.
There are some benefits from drinking alcohol, so.
Some. But
I would even say that there are benefits from using it in like wartime and shit like that. Imagine if like got into battle and you just had like a freaking thing of whiskey, just like pour it on there, sanitize the wound, and just like.
You've been watching a lot of fucking movies, bro.
Is that not a thing? Can you not? Obviously, you can't do that with beer. I mean, it has a bunch of that yeast and stuff like that. But
how many people returning from like Iraq and Afghanistan have you asked, how much beer did you pour on your open wounds? Or Jack Daniels for that?
None.
Maybe you should ask some.
I probably should. I saw a movie once.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool though. I'd be willing to try it on you. I mean, not that I'd shoot you, but I'm saying if you decided to shoot yourself, I'd pour whiskey on it afterwards. What was that? There was a show where those cats used to do dumb shit like that.
Jackass.
Hey, there you go.
That was a show, right? You remember that show?
I poured some shit right on that motherfucker.
That's classic.
Really?
So, speaking of guns, we're talking about guns. How do you feel about there actually being people that... So, the government right now is at a point where it could kind of police a little bit more.
What do you mean, police?
Okay,
so like more.
So right now the COVID epidemic is kind of pushing Trump to actually send like actually military units into cities and stuff. Kind of like, hey, stop going out, stop being idiots and going and doing this kind of stuff. Okay. To a certain point though, what is it that they're not, again, going to the corruptness of cops? What's not to say that we need to protect ourselves in a certain state where they actually do something that is unjustful or unlawful, where we need a gun? But there's people out there that don't think like having a gun is necessary, or like there's no point of having a gun.
Oh, I'm of the thinking of, if anybody got a gun, everybody got a gun.
Okay.
If anybody got one, everybody got one. That's cool.
So if the government does have more control over it, though, how do you feel about like that? Like,
no. I mean, no.
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 They shouldn't.
No.
They shouldn't be able to do stuff. No. Okay, but we should, just like I think it's Switzerland. They have the whole.
I don't think any. If I had a business, I don't think I should have any employee that has power over me. I mean, like supreme power.
Yeah. Like to the point where they're telling you like you can't come in today or something.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Get out of here.
We do forget that the government works for us. Supposed to. But somewhere along the lines, and, you know, it's kind of like Kanye said, you know, it's funny when you think back on it and shit, you know. At the time, things can sound crazy, but sometimes they'll catch up with the truth. You know, slavery is a choice. And in a lot of ways, white people have decided to be slaves. They've decided to just be where they are in the pecking order. if federal agents are running through your city and your city hasn't asked for them, isn't that a violation or something? Well, things are unruly. Don't worry. I mean, they haven't burned the city to the fucking ground, have they?
Yeah.
Have they?
No.
And if they get to that point, I'm thinking that there's enough, something about militias or some shit like that. And, you know what I mean? Whatever. Well, there's citizens can go out and be like, yo, psst, cut it the fuck out. You're good. And handle that shit together.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess that comes where they come together when they think like, you know, the sense of this is some bullshit. We don't want to do this. But since the classes have been so divided, man, I mean, you got to look at it. Police brutality has been something that's been happening since the Civil War. And it's been instituted against people of color. You know, you look at Crispus Attucks. He was the first motherfucker that I saw that was killed by, killed by the police. So started the Boston Tea Party. He's right there in that picture, getting gunned the fuck down. Shot right there. And they display that picture. And it's been happening all the time.
Yeah, all throughout history.
Bro, and we're willing to stand up and get shot. And he was with white people. So it wasn't like they wasn't with him or cared about, you know what I'm saying? But he was like saying, hey, fuck that. Fuck that, man. This ain't good. This ain't good. I don't know. What do I know? I've been drinking.
We made it to that point, everybody. I'm a little tipsy at this point. Anyways, yeah, man, there's fucking, again, TikTok is totally trending right now and fucking...
What? Okay, wait a minute.
On Twitter.
So let me get this right. Because I don't pay attention to that.
Scientology.
Shit, love it. I'm kidding. Love Tom Cruise. No, I'm kidding. No, but what did the president say that made TikTok all of a sudden become, because already TikTok's a phenomenon. So now what makes it trend so fucking deep? What did he say? Like it's over?
He said, as far as TikTok is concerned, we're banning them from the United States. The move came after Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said the U.S. was looking into the ban in early July.
Oh.
And again, 2 hours. This 2 hours ago. So I don't know.
There's a lot of revenue coming through TikTok, though. It's a lot of money.
Again, like so many celebrities and stuff use it too.
That's what I'm like. There's a lot of bread coming through TikTok, man. So that'll probably be another one of those things where he gets them to negotiate about that shit.
China?
Yeah. Here's the thing, man. I have no disillusions of who that dude is, but I will say this much: he do shake people up. He shakes motherfuckers up. I mean, seasoned vets at this shit.
Yeah, and like
he shakes them and it's like, if I like him, but the motherfucker's a loose cannon. He'll shoot himself.
Yeah, to like a sense where like
a loose cannon.
A bunch of people go for it too. It's like either, oh man, this is the right decision, or a bunch of people are just totally going off of it like negatively and stuff. It's so crazy.
But trust me, he's not gonna like pull a dead zone and launch the nukes. No, bro. First of all, you got to understand, America has. I bet you. People always say that if you go to Fort Knox, there's no gold in Fort Knox. Like, you show up there, it's like, oh, this is where the... But if you actually go into Fort... But you'll never get allowed to go into Fort Knox to check.
Yeah.
It's the same thing about...
Area 51.
You may think that there are nuclear launch codes, but now at the point that we are, and we talk about global elitists, the people who run the planet, really, do you think they would give one dumbass the fucking codes to fuck up the whole business? The global economy is quite the register.
Yeah.
And when you think to yourself, like, we're going to be in debt, who the fuck are we going to be in debt to? And the people we're going to be in debt to. You really think they're going to let somebody blow up their fucking investment? This dude, he was on NBC, bro. It's cool. He's good television, I guess.
Yeah, it gets everybody. Yeah, it gets people going.
Yeah, man. Fine. Squirrel.
So it's that whole concept of the same face, different mask every 4 years.
He's not the first white guy in the White House.
Yeah.
And then the last guy was, I mean, he was at least half white. I mean, he did come out of a white woman, right? Right?
I think so.
Obama's mother was white. And people tend to forget that black man, like, but his mom's white. So, I mean, at least half a black man got in there, but as much black might not have gotten in as they think. But, you know, for them, shit. You know.
Yeah, you're right.
Was that his mom?
Yeah.
I see the chins.
Yeah,
I mean,
Jay Leno chin right there. Let me tell you. Let me tell you a little bit of something.
What?
No, he's got a big chin.
You're stupid.
Anyways, damn, Dre, we've actually been here for 2 hours.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
What time is it, bro? Oh, shit.
Fuck yeah. So,
Well, fuck, man. Hey, bro, it was good, man. Well, fuck.
chill, man. That's how we do here. We just chill, have a good time, and just fucking talk it out. Dre, is there anywhere or any place you want these people to follow you or where they can find you?
I'm at Dre Tha Dude 69 Instagram. And you can hit me up at Drake Golston, DRAKE, somebody stole a little GHOLSTON, gmail.com. We're getting a lot of things going on, man. So I'm going to start me one of these channels right here because I want to keep interviewing interesting people. I want to start something where we connect more and use this for the right way. You know what I mean? This is supposed to be bringing us together to talk about things that, we may disagree on, but instead of being, I'm going to talk shit from halfway across the country, let's meet up.
Yeah. We have different opinions.
Yeah,
Let's talk
shit,
it out.
Man. Let's talk shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But all this shit talking, yeah, man. You know. So, yeah, hit me up, folks. And don't forget to stay tuned to my man right here.
What's up, guys? You guys know where to follow me. Anywhere MuseMe TV, social media sites. Just fucking Google MuseMe TV. You'll find it. Also on Spotify. We'll be uploading all these episodes here soon. So
and I'll be hitting a comedy club near you pretty soon. Once all this lifts, trust me, we're going to get past this. This ain't the end of the world. We got to be ready to laugh our way through this. So you're going to see me doing some outlaw comedy.
You got this. You do. We be here as much as we can. And Dre, thank you for coming, man.
All right, bro. Thank
Appreciate
you so much.
you. Appreciate you.
Oh, we broke a rule.
That's all right, dude. Dude, we'll both get tested right now. Take it easy, guys. Appreciate you, everybody. You guys
Later,
rock. Nothing at all because I hate everything.
I'm from the front, I'm back to the down, I'm